welcome to the GameCast Informer, the daily news show that keeps you in the know on what's hot and occasionally not so hot. My name is The Voice at 106.7, otherwise known as Vox within the GameCast circle. Is it just me or am I losing my mind? No? Just me? Well, let's get on with the news. Speaking of which, and now, for the news. Flappy Bird is finally dead. Long live the bird. Welp, Flappy Bird is no longer playable with iOS 11, folks. People have been finding ways to hack the game into their phones with backdoor apps and such, but now that Apple's newest operating system, iOS 11, doesn't support 32-bit apps, well, that's the end of Flappy Bird, because the creator is not going to update it to 64-bit. He could have, but he's just sick and tired of the controversy and all the other complaints and hate that came from that devilish little game. So far, it appears that not many are actually mourning the loss of Flappy Bird, but, well, a couple are, and are a little upset by the fact that this annoying little tappy-tap game is no longer going to be playable. Oh well, long live the bird, I flip you the bird. Miss your old games? Well, you're gonna love this. Retro gaming. Do you miss your old Xbox, PS1, PC Seedi games that just had that old sense of charm? Well, it would appear that there's currently an Indiegogo for a quote-unquote retro gaming system called the Seedi, and it works with the discs for DOS, several old game consoles like the PlayStation, the Neo Geo TurboGrafx, Dreamcast, and a lot more. At the heart of this little device, which is shaped suspiciously a lot like a PS2 console, is, and I quote, open source software that uses emulation to bring old CD games back to life in the modern era. Well, honestly, I mean, that's why we have emulators on PCs, although unfortunately I will admit, they don't work very well, at least not all of them do. So if there's a console out there that is able to emulate these old games just like the old glory days and bring back such memories of nostalgia and, at some points, rage-inducing heartbreak, well, let's see what these guys have to offer. You can check out their Indiegogo page, and you can pre-order a Seedi system for the early bird price of $99. Surprise, surprise, we might see Master Chief in Minecraft on the Switch. That's right, folks. It looks like Microsoft and Nintendo have begun its weird partnership of sorts. Minecraft, of course, is coming to the Switch, and you will be able to get a Master Chief skin for it. However, there is a bit of a catch. Master Chief will only be appearing in the quote-unquote Halo mashup pack in the Nintendo Switch version of Minecraft. Apparently, the Better Together update, and I quote, enables cross-platform play between Xbox, Nintendo Switch, Windows 10, Android, iOS, and a lot more, is going to include this. Honestly, I don't really see the point. You could always just download a skin that looks like Master Chief and add it to your little character in Minecraft. I don't see why. But hey, that's the industry, folks. If you can make more money by putting your characters in other games, well, so be it. It would seem, however, that there is only one platform that has not signed up for the Better Together upgrade, and that would, of course, be Sony. Sony's number one, Jim Ryan, decided that the decision was made because the PS4, PS4 Pro, and PS Vita are not, and I quote, for the younger demographic. Of course, there are few games for those systems that are somewhat child-friendly, but most of them are for the older and more mature audience. he states, and I quote, that we have a contract with the people who go online with us, that we look after them and they are within the PlayStation curated universe. Exposing what is in many cases children to external influences we have no ability to manage or look after is something that we think about very carefully. So essentially, Sony wants to avoid a big age rating mess. I mean, let's be honest, folks. A lot of people that play mature games are not exactly mature. And I'm not talking about players that throw tantrums. I'm talking about literally children on games such as Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Rainbow Six Siege, Call of Duty, what have you. So, legally, it's a valid reason. Logically and realistically, it's a pretty crap reason. But let's see what else Nintendo and all these other companies pull, and let's see how much money they make themselves. Speaking of Nintendo. So, you remember that Super Mario 64 online game that went up about, a week ago? Well, Nintendo has pulled a Nintendo and taken it down. Of course, what could you expect? Nintendo is very territorial about their intellectual properties and have made, and I quote, multiple copyright strikes against the ROM hacker who put the game upline. They also took out his Patreon account. Kaze Emanuar, the ROM hacker who put Super Mario 64 online up, states that Nintendo was behind the takedown, and that even though his Patreon donations were independent of Super Mario Online, they still decided to take him down because, well, it is their intellectual property, technically, although Nintendo just has this way with its fans of telling them, yeah, you can buy our games, yeah, you can be fans of our stuff, but we don't want you doing anything with our stuff. You stay on your side, we stay on ours. But it doesn't stop there, folks. Nintendo also took down any videos about Super Mario 64 Online from YouTube. Instructions, links, everything that had to do with the game and its source code online, well, anything that directed it to him anyway, all gone. So, for those of you who managed to play Super Mario 64 Online, officially for the little while that it was up, good for you. And for those of you, like myself, who wanted to do it but never got around to it, well, just another pipe dream that's gone down the tubes. Thanks, Nintendo. And finally, of course, more Nintendo. But this time, a little bit of good news. We all know that lovable mascot Pikachu, right? Who doesn't? It's our childhood for a lot of us, myself included, actually. I loved watching Pokemon as a kid. Oh, that anime. Memories. But in any case, for those of you who suffer from bitter nostalgia like myself, you can now download a little Pikachu with a cap in Sun and Moon. There's going to be a couple of codes out over the next couple of weeks that give you access to different versions of Pikachu with different caps. According to Nintendo, the original cap Pikachu will be available from September 19th to September 25th, the Hoenn cap Pikachu from September 26th to October 2nd, the Sinnoh cap Pikachu from October 3rd to October 9th, the Unova cap Pikachu from October 10th to the 16th, the Kalos cap Pikachu from October 7th to the 23rd, and finally the Alola cap Pikachu from the 24th to the 30th. So for those of you who wanna cuddle the little rascal in your Pokemon Amy and want to stroke that little cap off his head, go on down to Nintendo's website and look for those codes, because you will not regret it. And that wraps it up for today's news. Remember to leave your opinions in the comments below, to like, share, and subscribe, and to give GameCast a shout out on our Discord. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Patreon. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been The Voice at 106.7. Gaming News Now.